Hello everyone, in this video we want to talk about the stock portfolio management software which will help us to manage your stock, buy and selling them and planning for buying and selling them. So if you open this Excel file for first time, you may see a yellow ribbon that asks you to enable the content of the Excel, and please make an enable content button, press on that. You may see two yellow ribbons, and if you see that, please enable both of them. So at first when you open the Excel file, you will see checking notifications. This because when we apply a reminder in this software or we make a plan to buy some stock, we always check these notification to remind you that something's happened. For example, you submit some reminder for a symbol FB and you said, for example, today I want to buy some of these stocks, and you submit the notification. So after a while, when you open this Excel file, it goes and check if you had any of thing that reminds you. So right now I do not have any notification, so please make close. And in the first step, you can manage that which stock you want to buy or sell, or you want to make a plan for that. So for example, in the these are the samples that I write it by the test. So the first thing you need to select your symbol. So if you do not have such a symbol, you can write that symbol for yourself. For example, I want to write a simple symbol that names as a test. So if you write a new symbol here, you can see an empty form. And in this empty form, I want to make some plan to buy this symbol. So for example, I want to choose a date to buy that. This is a day you need to select. For example, I want to buy this test symbol in the 50th of the month 4. So in the next month, I want to buy some of these test value in the year 2020. And I want to, for example, buy 100 amount of this share, and the proper price that I estimate that after 1 month it goes, that for example it's 160 USD, for example. And the broker cost is the cost that I will have to pay to buying this stock. For example, I have to pay $10, and the dollar, the pound, whatever currency you are using, these are free currencies. So you have to choose the currency by yourself. If you are working with the USD, if you are working with the pounds, and whatever currency you are working, it's all upon you. So this is the plan. I want to buy some test share in this state. And for example, I have a plan to sell it after 1 month. For example, in the day 50, month 5, and the year 2020. After 1 month, I wanna sell whole the stock I bought, and I wanna sell it to the price 200, and the broker cost will be 20. The summation is here. So this is the plan, and I estimated that in during this 1 month, the test corporation will give me some dividend. So for example, the amount will be $30, and the stock split, we have two type of stock split, what I don't think, but it's assume be empty for this 1 month. And the loss threshold is the price that if this particular stock reach to that price, I have to sell it because I may lose more. So I define, for example, 140 my loss threshold, and if the price reach that point, it reminds me to sell it. And if I have some note, I can write some note here, and then I can submit that. So it's done and it's submitted in the plans. If you can see here in my, so the test data, the plan data goes to the plans sheet, and in the plans sheet we will see when we reach these dates, the Excel, when we open the Excel file, it notifies that in this date you said that you plan to buy some tests, as you saw at the first. When you open the Excel file, it goes and check if we have any notification. So this is the part of the notification, and see you have a plan to buy this stock at this date, or at this amount, or at this price. And it checks every time if the current price reaches to the 160. It reminds you as well as the sell date. So for example, if you have this test symbol in your portfolio, it will check if it's reached to the planned sell date plan. It will remind you you have to sell this stock, you plan it to sell this stock, and as well as the price, and as well as the threshold. So if the current price reached to 140 and you had this price at your portfolio, the Excel will remind you to sell this symbol. So this is the plan part. And in the buy amount, so this is not actually happen, it's just the plan. If in the some date, for example, I bought this price at the day 60 and the month 4 of the 2020, it will and also you need to remember that when you're choosing the year is from 2019 and 2022. So after 1 year, this year will be updated automatically to 2023, 2024, and you should not worry about the limitation of the years. So in the year 2020, month 4 and the day 60, I actually bought 100 amount of the share of the test symbol, for example, with the price of the 150, and the broker cost of the, for example, $10. So I paid $50,000 and $10 for buying this price. And if I submit, I can place a note the good price, for example, on something I wanted, whatever you want, the good price, for example. So, and then I'll submit this one. If I submit this one, I will see in this these data will be added to the buys table. For example, here you can see the test data I right now submitted, and as well as in my portfolio I have the test. I bought this one and it's right now in my portfolio, and it says that right now the shares in portfolio is 100, and you paid, for example, $50,000, and the total income, which is when you sell this test symbol, it will calculate the total income as well for you. So for example, I wanna have a reminder for this test symbol as well. I can, for example, say that in the day, the first one is the day 20 of the month, for example, 4, remind me, the reminder reason is here, remind me that this is the recorded date. So for example, I will have dividend by this way. So let's say instead of the record date, it's a payment date. So if I submit this one, this particular reminder will set into my reminder table here, and when I reach to the day 20 of the month 4 of the year 2020, when I open this Excel file will notify me that in this day the test symbol, the test corporation have a dividend, it should pay you. So for example, when I holding this symbol after day 20, after in the day 20, for example, let's say the day after day 20, in the day 21 of the month, for example, 4 of the year 2020. So the event is a dividend, and this symbol, this corporation pay me, for example, what, $13 cash. So it's a dividend. I select the dividend. I can say it's a cash, for example. So when you have a dividend, you need to enter the cash value. So for example, you have a dividend, the cash value, and you need to submit that. So you right now, the total income is $30 because you have a cash right now. And for example, in some day, the day after that, for example, I don't know, for example, day 25, this particular symbol have the stock split. As you know, we have two kind of the stock split. The one which divide our stock into, for example, 1 to 10, or we can have something 10 to 1. So this is we have the reverse stock split. We have both of them. So for example, this one is the stock split that increase my stocks, so I submit that. After that, if I have such a stock split, I need to submit the buy, the virtual buy actually. For example, in the day 25, I need to select, say that 1 to 10. So right now I have 100 and now I have 1000, so 900 stock is added to me, but with the zero prices. So this is the stock split. So if you have the reverse stock split, you can choosing the reversing and add the sell value. So if you have a 10 to 1, for example, reverse stock split, you can go here and select the sell date. Amount will be 19 because you will have 10 stock in that case, and the prices are 0. So I submit that and I will have added the amount of 1000 right now, the stock, because of the stock split, and the total income is still remain. And for example, after some date, I sell this stock, for example, in the day 13, or for example, yeah, in the day 10, in the day 10 of the month 5 of the year 2020, I sold all of these stock at the price of the, for example, when you have a stock split, the price will decrease. So right now the price, for example, the price of the $20 for each stock, and the stock broker stock, for example, is 10. So you have $19,000 right now. If you submit that, you will see it will remove it from your portfolio because you sold that, and you will see 5,000 income, $1,010 income, total income of this particular corporation by buying and selling. And you have another option for example, general note for the corporation. You can, for example, write, I love this corporation, or whatever you want to write. Or for example, you have some technical or fundamental analysis and you want to write some summary for this corporation, you can have it right here. And by using, for example, let me go to, and this one goes to the notes. So for example, for Amazon, yeah, this is Amazon symbol, I have two notes. So for example, if I come here, I choose the Amazon, I can write that and it's automatically find Amazon for me. I have some notes here. I can go to the previous note by using these arrow buttons, and I can see previous bought by using these arrow buttons, next and previous arrow buttons as well. So right now I can see when I bought, for example, this stock, or when I sold this stock previously. And right now I don't have any shares in my portfolio from Amazon, and the paid portfolio, so it's 0, it's nothing. But the total income from previous bought and sold is 60,000, so by the Amazon. And this is the stock info. So you see the portfolio previously. In this portfolio, you will see all the stock you currently have in your portfolio. So in the above, you will see some general information that tell you how many active stock, for example, you have how many shares you have in your hand and how much you paid for this particular portfolio. The current portfolio paid, for example, $148,000, and what is the current value of the portfolio. If you want to have the current value, you need to enter the current price for this one. So the now price right now is empty. You have two ways to update the prices. One is using another Excel file. So for example, if you can export symbols last prices from some sites and save it as a Excel in somewhere, you can use this one. Right now in the setting, you can see the address of my Excel file that I read the read the symbols price from that. I make it empty because you may not have such Excel file. So for example, right now you have such Excel file. You can save it from some specific website. We cannot link to those websites because those website APIs will be changed in the time. For example, yahoo.com remove its API to giving the updated prices in the Excel, but and as well as the Google, I can't be able to automatically read the prices, so you need to save those prices as an Excel file. So if you press this one, it asks you to choose your Excel right now. So for example, if I go to my desktop, I have some market watch that represent my current prices. If I press OK button, it says that you have the column ID is not correct because these are some other symbols and it's empty right now, the Excel. So if you have such Excel file, you can automatically update the prices, now prices, the current price of your portfolio symbols. But if you do not have anything like that, you can simply write the current prices. So you can go to the Google Finance or Yahoo Finance or other website that you know and see, for example, Netflix now price is, for example, 100, Google is 50, 100, I don't know. And you can see the current value is changed, and you can have the current price for each of these. For example, stock or the currency, these are the currency if you use Forex. So and I know the oil is $13 right now, and this one, for example, can be 35. So right now I add the prices. After you add manually the prices here, you can see your actual profit and loss. You need to update the performance, and if you press the update button, this right now is 2020, these charts will be updated. So you need to update the performance if you want to see your performance. So you need to add these prices. Actually, you do not need to add the now price every day. You just need, for example, do it each week, or you can do it each month as well. But it's good to have the now prices, the current prices. This is the first, this is the second way. So we can have another Excel file that contains the current prices for each symbol. We can enter the current price for each symbol in this column, or we can go to the symbols and add the current price for each symbols here. If you use these update prices, this symbol current price will be updated automatically. But if you do not have such Excel, you can add the prices by your hand, by yourself. For example, if you have a lot of symbols, that may take a little time, but it's good to have that each week or each month, because the threshold reminders, this one, the reminder of the loss threshold, or the proper price to sell, or the proper price to buy, if you set these, if you plan for these, will check these current prices every time. So when you submit the update performance, it will notify you if it's a good price to buy or good price to sell if you plan for that. So this is a advantage to having these prices here. But if it's hard to do, it's if you have a lot of symbols, you can just simply update the prices here. But I recommend you that at least each month do that, do and update the prices uh, at least here or here at each month. So this is how you can have the how can you can see your performance. Or if you do not want to update the performance, you can just simply update the portfolio. If you press the update portfolio, your portfolio will be updated and now prices will be emptied. So for example, if you in each time, for example, let me write this $10 for example here, it's as a the example, and tomorrow I came here and I want to update these prices. If I want to make them empty, I just can update the portfolio to make them move away. So the other things are obvious. So let's go to the cash in and out. So for example, the cash in and out shows you how much you invest or how much you withdraw from your stock portfolio actually. So for example, in the day 1 of the month 4 and the year 2019, I deposit, for example, 6,300 cash to buy some stock, and I, for example, in the next month, so I deposit another amount and I withdraw some of them in the these dates. So I can simply submit the withdrawal or I can simply submit the deposit amount. So these deposits will be updated here in my cash flow chart. So in my cash flow chart, I can see how much what is my total investment in each month and what is total withdrawal in each month. And it will be updated whenever I update the performance. So for example, you remember that I update the performance. For example, let me make it a little bit more value, update the performance, and you can see it updates the chart. So for example, my cash flow is updated as well, and as well as my 5 best portfolio symbols and the profit from buy and selling. And these little buttons here, plus and minus button, can filter these charts to the, for example, month. If I use minus button, I can go to the years, so it shows me in the year 2019 what is my total performance if I sold my portfolio in that year, and what will be my total performance in the 2020 if I sell all my portfolio stocks. And if I press plus button, I can see it based on the month. So month 6, 7, 8 until month 3 of the 2020, for example. And this month and year will be shown for the performance. When you update the performance, it automatically update the performance table here, and it will just have the data for that specific time you update the portfolio performance. So if I use another another plus button, I can have this chart based on the days as well. So for example, in the month 2020, I just updated my portfolio performance for the day 19, 20, and 22. So you do not need to update the performance for all days. If you do that, it's good. It's very good. But if you don't have time, at least do it in each week. It's good to have have a performance update weekly, and the month as well. Each month at least update your performance. So you see the cash in and out, and in the symbols, this symbol table will be automatically updated. You do not need to do anything in this table except the current price if you want to have the update notifications. And actually you can see how much each of these symbols are worth, what is their performance. For example, in the USD, I trading USD dollars, for example, in the forex, and the total profit for the USD, it is minus 22,000. USD is in my loss. I do not have any profits, and you need to remember that this values is without current portfolio. So if you sell the current portfolio, for example, if I sold some of my USD, I may go to the profit one, profitable. But right now I have lost something, or for example for oil as well, or for example in XPR. But for example, my best one is Amazon. I do not have anything in my portfolio right now. And also the Apple. I have a lot of, for example, profits. So this is how this Excel works. It's actually very good for planning and managing your portfolio and have some notification in each time. So for example, I add some notification, I had some reminders here which are with this one is pending. If I change that to the today is 22. Month is month 3, so I have to change it to the month 3. Now if I close my Excel and open it again, I have to see my reminder for the test corporation. So let me open it again. Now you can see my the notification for the day 2020 of the month 3 of the year 2020, and the notification is for the test, for the symbol test, for the corporation test. This is the payment date, for example, and then I press OK, and there is no other notification. So whenever you open your Excel file, it will notify your reminders or the time to buy or sell something. The last thing you need to know in this Excel file is in the settings. So in the settings you have some information. You should not change these values, especially these ones. And you can, for example, change the deposit and the withdrawal, which we use here as in the drop down list. You can change it to whatever you know. And also you need to remember that you can change these English words to whatever words, whatever your language is. For example, if you are Chinese, you can change it to the Chinese or Germany or whatever language you are using. So the thing that you can use in this setting is the backup and remove data. So when you want to have a backup from your data for not losing them in the future, for example, if you want to have some backup for your data, you can choose the backup, choose the name, and then this Excel will generate it. So the backup will get the data from your table and saving them in another Excel file and save it to the place you wanted. And the remove data, when you want to use this Excel file, first remove these test data. So come here in the setting and press remove data. Ask you, are you sure? Yes. And then you can see all data in the tables are removed and it's ready for you to use this Excel file. So if you want to, the charts will be updated automatically after you submit the first thing in your portfolio or after you update the portfolio. So this is how you can start to using this Excel file. Also, you may see the empty symbols here. Don't be worried. You can add your symbol, for example, Facebook, and just by writing them here and adding the first thing, for example, let me add something here. Okay, let's submit that. The first thing you add, the first submit button you see, the symbol will be added automatically into the symbols bottom. So you do not need to worry to have any symbols here. You just need to write your symbols, you buy your plans. So thanks for watching this video. I hope this Excel file helps you a lot for managing your stock portfolios. Thank you and goodbye. In order to watch more training videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Diaco Ltd. And if you want to see our products, please visit our website, diaco.co.uk.